This is GACenter, your look at the Grand Arena Championships of content creators from around the globe. Here are your hosts, Flair from Gaming Embers and the Nev from the Escape Pod Cast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's GACenter. It is week 15 of our season. Do not be fooled by the chyron at the bottom. I put the wrong week in there when I was typing it up earlier on, and I just realized now that I put it in. It's not week 17. It's week 15. Okay? So, that was a foofy by me. See, it's just coming into welcome to week. It's not week 17 of the season. It's week 15. Okay? And then next week is week 16, and then the week after that is week 17. So it's not like future programming.
A broken clock is only right twice. A broken monthly calendar is only correct once.
I'm going to blame the half. I'm going to blame the half the Miller Lite I've had. I'm putting it all on this half a bottle of Miller Lite. So, yeah, anyway, as usual, a fun-packed show. Going to go over some interesting results. It's still the first month of double ships. Some people seem to be faring better than others because they just have better fleets. So you're going to see some interesting tweaks and some interesting twists and turns. And something very, very new and very, very interesting in Elite Division 1 this week. It's completely different. It's like really? So completely different. So, yeah, but you'll have to stick around for that anyway. So, let's get... go ahead with your thing, Flair.
There are usual things to say. During the course of today's episode of GACenter, bits, follows, cheers, anything like that, will be recognized at the end of the episode. As always, our moderators in chat, hi Paul, will be recognizing those, but we will take some extra special time at the end of the episode to recognize those, like the fact that I resubbed for 7 months. But hey, we'll move right along, shall we?
Yeah, let's move along. We're moving right along.
Right along we go, and we're starting off with Commander Cody, going 3-0. The full clear, one-shot, triple crowns all over the place. Round 1, both of them full clear one-shot. Him and his opponent, but he was 8 manners more efficient. Round 2, again, full clear one-shot. His opponent tripped right out the gate with Darth Revan and just couldn't get the full clear. Round 3, again, no problems whatsoever. His opponent tried 4 times against his Darth Revan and failed epically. And the sisters got a hold as well. So excellent job, Commander Cody, starting straight out the gate with the triple crown.
Epic fail. Brain kill. There was no data or a report, but he did tell us that he got 3-0. I mean, he could have given us a report, but at least we know he got 3-0. So data will get caught up at another time.
Yep, we'll go with that. Bulldog going 3-0 as well. Round 1, he lost the Akbar mirror. And his Darth Revan Sith couldn't beat Padme, but his opponent only won 3 battles and failed twice on the fleet. So he won based on efficiency there. Round 2, he just didn't touch the fleet as all. And it was the same story as last time for his opponent. Only 3 battles, but this time they did 3 attempts on his fleet. Round 3, he only did 4 battles, and he won all 4 of them. On his defense, though, his gas held twice, his Django held twice, and his General Grievous was still standing after 2 attempts. So even though it was a low-scoring match, he still had more banners than his opponent. So he's going to take that. 3-0 for Bulldog.
Infinum with a 3-0 triple crown. Round 1 was a fist fight. No D at all. Just boys with their toys. Total, complete and utter fluff on defense. The ensuing efficiency battle saw Infinum win by 39 banners. Round 2, Opponent didn't save like anything for offense, and it showed as he had trouble clearing anything after the first zone. Round 3, another efficiency battle. Again, Infinum did the work and weeded out his weaker opponent. Triple Crown, 3-0 for Infinum this week. There's Div 4. Bulldog's not getting the triple crowns or the whammies as much. He's getting held on defenses. He's still getting the wins, but it's getting close.
It's the wins that are mattering.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the wins matter, but, you know, one of these days, those wins that he gets, those 2 territory wins that he gets, he's going to end up getting full cleared one of these days. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Like, it's on the books. It's on the books.
It's on the books, but again, there's a 2 battle difference between him and Infinum, and that's going to take a while.
It's going to take a while. Still got a couple months though.
That we still do, and we're moving right along.
We're moving along
right along to the Lone Gunman. 2-1 this week. Round 1, he had a 2-tap Poe resistance team. Didn't touch the ships. His opponent only cleared 2 teams, attempted his Jedi Knight Ribbon, and lost. Round 2, yeah. There was a lot of losses here. His opponent only won 3 battles, and that was enough to win. Round 3, he had to 2-tap Padme, but his opponent had a hashtag struggle bus against his slacker and just could not full clear at all. So Lone Gunman walking away with a 2-1.
Stone 14 with the triple. Didn't get the whammy. Round 1, he failed to get the full clear, but he did get the win. So, still got the win. No whammy, no crown, but hey, still get the win. R2 picked up the flawless victory, so, you know, he wasn't phased by the lack of full clear in round 1. And round 3, only got the full clear, as he had to double tap some Night Sisters. Night Sisters causing trouble for a lot of people this week. 3-0 triple for Stone.
Orlamar walking in with a 3-0 and 1 battle shy of a triple crown. So he's got a triple whammy. He failed 1 battle against the opponent's fleet. And his opponent failed 1 battle against his gas. The difference is that Orlamar one-shot the rest of his defenses, and his opponent didn't attack again for a pretty hefty score difference. Round 2, one-shot defenses, no problems at all. And his bottom front line held, and his ships held. Round 3, again, a one-shot. His opponent failed a battle against his gas, but was able to one-shot the rest, with Orlamar taking a just under 30 banner lead. So excellent job for Orlamar, 3-0.
Renard the Fox, 3-0 triple crown. Oof, you love to see it. Round 1, flawless victory for Renard, and a solid defense stopped his opponent from getting a full clear, which is always a Brucey bonus. Round 2, flawless victory again for Renard, despite an opponent with lots of relics. Not everyone knows how to use relics, or how to relic the correct characters, though, and that was this opponent all over. Round 3, obviously a flawless victory again for our favourite German Fox, and an easy win as his opponent didn't even bother showing up. Triple crown for Renard the Fox.
Moyo, another triple crown. All 3 rounds, full clear one-shots. No issues at all. In round 1, his opponent had a 2-tap, a Karth team, and Night Sisters preventing a full clear. Round 2, Night Sisters were taking 3 teams to kill, and GG taking 2. And round 3, his opponent also got a full clear one-shot, though. But Moyo was 22 banners more efficient. So an excellent job for Moyo, 3-0 triple crown.
Shock and horror. The unbeaten run comes to an end for our resident Guy Fawkes impersonator. Coasting through rounds 1 and rounds 2 with flawless victories. But disaster in round 3 as he failed to clear a very, very tough Darth Revan team. A sad end to a great run. 2-1 for Vendetta.
Now we don't have the stats for Andy, but he did stream his GACs. We'd have to just go back and collect that data. That will likely show up. We've been noticing that if we're missing the data, we can check back in a couple of days later, and it's going to be there. But Andy did give us a report. And his report reads, round 1, win. A bunch of holds on defense, which prevented his opponent from gathering decent banners. Went in with his offense and full cleared the defense for a win. Round 2, opponent wasn't able to clear the bottom half of his territories due to a lack of offensive teams. Was able to full clear their defense. Nothing really special. Round 3, opponent messed up on a few banners, having to 2-tap one of his teams. Still got the full clear, though. He had to think a little more and got some help from stream chats. Was able to successfully 1-tap each team, capitalizing on the chance to undersize a few battles and pulled off the full clear. Excellent job for a 3-0 for Andy Beads.
Marco from Syndicate Games, he pretty much had the exact same week that Vendetta had. So, coasting to victory in rounds 1 and rounds 2 with flawless victories. But in round 3, boom, he failed to clear another tough Darth Revan. So it's Night Sisters and Darth Revans stopping people from getting their triples this week. So yeah, unfortunately, disaster for Marco. Ended the week with a 2-1 thanks to a pesky Darth Revan. And there is Division 3.
Look at
There's
that.
the board. Vendetta is... Oh, he's not going to like that. Olimar has a clear 1-round win now. Oh, he's not going to be happy with that. Vendetta is not going to be happy with that loss this week. He didn't write a report. He hasn't said anything, you know. Yeah, so he's probably licking his wounds off somewhere. But it does give Stone a chance, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody else that he can chase, but apart from that, I know Moyo got a 3-0, but he's a million miles behind. You know, double-digit losses with 2 months left. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not going to be good. And Andy was quite, you know, he's not at the bottom. Marco's
He's not at the bottom, and
Marco's holding
3-0 helps him a lot.
Yeah, definitely helps him. I think that's what he's trying to do, is like not finish bottom of the table, not finish bottom of the league for the season. Okay, let's move on to Div 2.
Moving right along, we've got Scribe coming in with a 2-1. Round 1, a bit of a breeze. Got 2 solos off with Malik versus Ewoks and a Gas versus Bounty Hunters. He stumbled on the fleet for an easy victory. Round 2, this guy saved a lot of powerhouse teams for defense and was far more efficient than Marco was. Unfortunately, Marco also suffered a crash when going in versus the fleets and could not secure the full clear. As he puts it, a big sad. Round 3, couple more solos for him with Gas and Malik. Soloed on Nicers with a silly team, proceeding to solo it with Gas. He also got the full clear. Both got full clears, but his opponent wasn't as efficient, taking 2 teams against his Newt and his Joan Grievous squads, also failing to one-shot his fleets as his negotiator held with just a low health ounce tooth. But excellent job for 2-1.
Lil Gator, no data, no report. Moving on.
Mart, 3-0. And as he put it, as a remark to Neil, Triple Crown, ain't too much fun using teams he shouldn't. Sorry, Neil. Defensive win games. Round 1, full clear because his opponent was greedy and chased a full clear. Fort Mort went full defense, and his opponent just could not clear his top with the Giant Revan Gas combo. Round 2, his first Galactic Legends opponents, 132k GP Kylo at gear 10 only, but he still had nothing to touch it with. So Fort Mort goes full defense, planned it to counter what he used on offense. His opponent cleared the bottom first, saw Gas and Garbage Clones teamed with a Relic 7 Nest, hightailed it up top, cleared it, then saw his ships and rage quits. And Fort Mort sneaking in with a bottom +2 for the win. Round 3, his opponent was so greedy that he went full defense. Fort Mort went full defense and was able to use his bottom 7 to full clear him with only 1 cleanup. His opponent only cleared a bottom and +1, running into a simple team with a Relic 7 Nest included. Didn't even try it. So 3-0, full clears. Excellent job, Fort Mort.
Bomber Fett. 3-0, Triple Crown. Great start. Great start. Round 1 with a flawless victory and an awesome score. 2,140 banners. Lovely. You just love a start. Anything over 2,100 in round 1, it's a great start. Leaves you floating on air. Round 2 and round 3 were pretty much more of the same, getting a flawless victory with 2136 and a 51 banner lead in round 2, and a flawless victory with a 2123 in round 3. So 3 rounds all above 2100. Very, very good, very respectable. His opponent didn't even fight him in the final, didn't even bother showing. So awesome win, awesome week. Triple crown for Bomber Fett.
The first of our bounty honeys, Kate Gaming, going 3-0. Round 1, both one-shot everything, but Kate was more efficient and was able to win by 9 banners. Round 2, again, one-shot everything, and she won by 10 banners. Her first order team getting a hold to secure that victory. Round 3, unfortunately, was not a full clear. Got stuck on her opponent's Malevolence fleet, but her Jedi Knight Revan got 2 holds on the bottom front node that secured the win and the championship. Good job for Kate Gaming.
Jake A.W. was on track. Says 2-1. He was on track for a triple this week. Like, really on track for a triple this week. You know, he got the win in round 1, despite not clearing the fleet. In round 2, he got the full clear. In round 3, he didn't show. He didn't fight. And with no report from this week, we do not know why he did not show. Could have picked up a triple. We'll never know. 2-1 for Jake.
And the other one of our bounty honeys, Geek Girl, 2-1. As she puts it, the first 2 rounds were pretty easy. Not too many problems whatsoever. Round 3, her opponent had ruthless efficiency and completely one-shot her. And she got stuck on his bugs and underestimated the murder bears, coming in with a 2-1. Ouch, Geek Girl. But hey, it's not over yet.
She is, after all, the queen of consistency.
She's very consistent.
And there is Div 2. Bomber.
Oh, look at that.
Holding up the he's not giving up the top. He is not giving up the top. Fortmore, you can cling to Division 2 all you like, but you still need to get past Bomber, and you just ain't doing it with your banner score. I mean,
but hey, I mean, let's be real. Again, at the end of the day, the wins are what matters. All it takes is 1.
Yeah, all it takes is 1. You know, I don't see Bomber giving up anything. Nothing. Don't see him giving up anything.
I don't know. Fort Mort's still doing pretty good at holding a stalwart wall. So,
yeah, well, you know, it's that time of the day, so it's time for us to take a little break. We're gonna cut to a commercial. Well, it's not really a commercial. It's the Patreon table. It's the Patreons table. So the championship, all of those that hit a certain tier as patrons of the Castaways, will now be showcased in their own little division. So you usually tell me to push a button around about now, Flair. So
don't push that button, Neil.
I will push that button. I will push that button hard. So hard.
Welcome to the Patreon Leaderboard, brought to you by the Patreons of the Escape Pod Cast. Are you not a streamer but would like to put your name up on a leaderboard right here on GACenter? Well, become a Patreon at the Kyber Combatant level and secure your spot for next month's leaderboard today. I am Paul Anthony, and as always, I am joined by my robotic life partner, the noob, for this commercial disguised as a segment. Not gonna lie to you about that. Let's take a look at this past week's stats from our Patreon leaderboard now as we give you everyone's stats in alphabetical order. We start off with Big Country Mags. The Magnum himself goes 2-1. His bugs held in D in round 1 and his fleet scared off his opponent. The bugs held again in round 2, and in round 3 his opponent cleared the board. Full clears in every single round for Mags, but in round 3 his opponent was more efficient. Next up, we bring you Bringer of Chaos. Not too much to write home about this week, with a very respectable 2-1 record and the highest banner count of all of our Patreons. It'll be interesting to see where they're at on the final leaderboard this week. The one we call D didn't do too hot on the banner count this week, posting a 1 and 2 on the board. They ended up describing their experience as such. Round 1, a rematch from before GLs appeared. This time, his opponent had one of them, but D didn't have the minerals to take it down. Round 2, they were out-strategized and had all the wrong counters for offense when it came time to battle. In Round 3, in the Shame Championship, they reorganized their D, but the opponent was a no-show. They won that one handily, avoiding the Shame Crown, but they didn't get the least banners this week, so they don't have to get that award, if you want to call it that. The Dr. JoJo goes 2-1 this week. Not too happy with their performance through round 1. They dropped 2 battles he says that he should not have lost by 28 banners. Round 2, he obliterated his opponent's strong D except for a slacker, but the guy never attacked. A no-show win in round 2. Round 3 got ugly for him. He messed up on a bunch of counters, and he got scared by a set of full relic bugs. His opponent, though, didn't clear in the dreaded Padme team. He took home his second win of the week. 4 Strong 1 got a strong-armed themselves. After winning round 1, RNG got the better of him in round 2. And then in round 3, he couldn't clear ships and took home a 1 and 2 this week. Leonard McFacepunch fought hard, almost getting the biggest banners award this week. Though, he got stopped early in round 1, and in round 2, they just steamrolled over everything in their path and lost a close one in the third round by being undermanned on ships in a few battles in the final. Schnarman, our smallest yet scrappiest competitor, takes home a triple crown. The only one of our competitors to achieve any sort of triple this week. On the back of his fleet, his wits, he pounded each of his competitors into the dust, and he got more holds than usual overall, and says, on to next week and Kyber. Where does Schnarman's triple crown put him on the board? Let's find out. Yes, Schnarman takes the lead at 8-1 for the month, but because he is a small fish, one misstep from him and Bringer, Dr. JoJo, and Big Country Mags are gonna eat him for dinner, as Banners is the win-loss tiebreaker. 4 Strong and D are hoping for a miracle of epic proportions, but they're not mathematically eliminated just yet. Meanwhile, our favorite evil genius continues the 1 and 2 weeks, just like I usually do, and I have to say, imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery. We can't wait till we see you are back making some awesome gadgets for the castaways, Lenny. Alright, that does it for the Patreon leaderboard this week, and as always, protect those that you love, wear a mask, and if you're in the US, go vote! And be nice to each other, damn it. For the noob and the escape pod castaways, I am Paul Anthony for the Patreon leaderboard. We now send it back to Neil Andrew Eyre and Flair as they get ready for Division 1 and the big boys right here on GACenter. Take it away, boys.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Enough of that. It's time for the big boys. It's big boy time. Oh yes, it's the Division 1. Freshman, standard, and then on to the elites. That's what you're here for. You want to know how the Div 1 crew handle it, don't you? Okay, let's bring it up.
And just so, also just a thing,
Okay.
just so everyone kind of knows what we've been doing, just to reiterate, we have broken apart the Div 1 table by GP. It's 4.5 to 5.5, 5.5 to 6.5, and 6.5 and up. And that was decided at the start of the month.
Yeah, we
So
did
that's how
decide
we
that at the
broke
start
up
of
this
the
table.
month. So for those of you who've missed every show so far this month, we haven't just done a split in the middle. You know, we've done to Div 1 what everybody in the community would like CG to actually do themselves. You know, split Div 1 into at least a minimum of 3. So, okay, let's get stuck into it. The Space Cowboy rides again. Or does he? Not quite. 2-1. Coming down from a high of last week's triple. The triple was on this week, coasting through rounds 1 and rounds 2, he got put on his back in round 3 by a Potato Ray. There are worse ways to go out. 2-1 for the Space Cowboy Wrangler.
And moving on to Wiggins-Bog, 3-0 with a triple crown, having just a blast of a time. Night Sisters taking 2 to fall, and Executrix still flying after 2 attempts in round 1. Round 2, his opponent also full clear one shot, but was 2 banners more efficient. Round 3, his opponent lost against his slacker and couldn't get to the ships, missing the full clear. Excellent job, 3-0 triple crown for Wiggins-Bog.
Whatever, 3-0 triple whammy. Round 1 full clear for whatever, and a good hold from his defense. Round 2 was a good win against a slow opponent with a slacker. Did a number on the guy, even though a triple tap was needed on a crew team. Round 3 was cutting it close with only 40 minutes left before attacking. His opponent didn't show up until 10 minutes before the end. That's kind of sealed it, really. The whammy for whatever, 3-0.
Look at you, Neil.
Let me just take a victory sip from my beer.
Look at you. I think you've already kind of gotten settled into the fact that you're not even getting Kyber this month. So.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. It was mathematically possible before this week,
but you missed a feat.
But I missed a feat. I missed a Squad Arena feat. It's my main account. I'm in a ridiculously old Squad Arena shard. I can put complete and utter trash, but there's bugger all people in my Squad Arena shard. Trying to get knocked outside the top 300 is like impossible. So yeah,
you just got a hashtag climb harder, Neil.
Dude, I dare you to find somebody that can climb into a top 200 with just Gear 12 Jedi Knight Revan squad, because I can do that. That's how old my Squad Arena shard is.
This is true. Moving on.
Spartan back after a 1-week hiatus, like a few of us. Yes, Spartan got off to a bumpy start, losing his first round after starting late and not getting a full defense set. Naughty, naughty. Round 2 was an easy win because his opponent didn't attack, and his final round was a gizzit because he faced an auto defense that he swiftly dispatched. 2-1 for Spartan.
Jigabachi having a fun time as always. Going 3-0 again. He had a break last week as well. Round 1, his well, as he put it, easy week. He got matched with dudes that just play for kicks. Some of the worst mods he's ever seen. So round 1, his opponent had half the 60 mods, half the 20+ speed mods, and guess that he wouldn't attack his defenses. And Jigabachi was right. Yeah, he not only did he bail on attacking, he auto deployed. Little punk. Round 2, opponent had a Gear 11 GL Kylo and a hot garbage on defense. Did some feats, and you broke the news that he's not going to get Kyber. So good news. Round 3, almost through it. Almost. He tried really hard to lose it. Really wanted 2-1 when he opened the attack phase, knowing that he only put a single fleet down. Not really, though. Skunked a Padme versus Darth Revan battle and lost to a Rebel fleet. So he cleared most of the defense, just left 1 fleet. He only beat 3 of Jigabachi's teams on defense and didn't open a back zone. Big win. 3-0, Jigabachi.
Randby, who we interviewed this week. Rand had a bad week, in real life this week. A bad week in real life. So he would have been forgiven for throwing in the towel. That being said, thanks to the support of the community, his final round was his highest scoring round ever. And the victory helped him rise from a demoralizing past few days. Good on you, Randby. 2-1 for the week.
Biscuit Weasel coming in with a 3-0. Not a triple crown, but he got the whammy. Round 1, full clear one shot, and his opponent just did not show up to play at all. Round 2, got through the ships and a little extra. GL Ray threatened and followed up with the threats, and after 5 attempts, just failing to fell the Mary Sue. But guess what? Another no-show. Round 3, Watt Hoda couldn't kill the bears. Palp failed to kill the preloaded bears. But his Bugs and Newt held both for 3 battles each, with home 1 flying strong after 2 attempts. 3-0 for Biscuit Weasel.
Bitcoin with a 3-0, so it was another triple for Bitcoin this week, so we know for sure he didn't face his girlfriend. No one cleared his set defenses, and no one of note really put up any challenge whatsoever. So that's it. 3-0, triple whammy for Bitcoin this week.
On to Yeti. Round 1, opponent had 1 million GP on him. Left a sturdy front wall of 4 of his top 5 teams, hoping to do a hard stop. RNG chimed in on CLS versus 501st as they all focused their attacks on OG Chewy like heat-seeking missiles. But Yeti was able to clean it up and clear the rest of the board in 1 shot after that. Opponent didn't even bother attacking for a huge win. Round 2, opponent had a GL Ray opponent with a GL Ray with, again, about 1 million more on him, who sometimes attacks with Ray, sometimes doesn't. This time, they attacked with Ray and popped his Kylo with her and just didn't continue the attack after that. So he went and 1-shot the board with his highest score ever, including a most exciting end to a CLS versus Padme matchup ever. He'd have nothing on the rest of his defenses. Round 3, opponent had him by 1.1 million GP and switches up the defense a lot. So he prepared a light defense and went heavy on offense. Notice his JKL wasn't tuned to counter Kylo, so he gambled for that and that he drop a fight. And he did. 1-shot the board, narrow victory all the way to the bank for 3-0 for Yeti.
And there is the freshman division. Bitcoin at the top, as you kind of expect. None of us are catching him. It's just not going to happen. Unless he plays his girlfriend like at least 1 round every single week for the next 8 weeks. None of us are catching him because it's the only person he's ever going to lose to is his girlfriend.
Is this still the thing that we're just going to rub in? The fact that his one loss,
his only loss was to his girlfriend. Yeah, it's the only thing that we can roast him for.
I mean, okay, it's either he beats his girlfriend in GAC or he sleeps on the couch. So I think he made some smart moves.
Yeah, or either that or his girlfriend's just like really good and we should get her on this. Bitcoin and then Bitcoin, Bitcoin's girlfriend, going toe to toe. That would be interesting. So obviously, whatever went 3-0. Yeti went 3-0. Biswees went 3-0. I went 3-0. So we all went 3-0. So nothing really changed there. I've got to try and figure out how the hell I've got to claw back 3 wins from somewhere. I mean,
you've also got 3,000 banners you need to catch up.
I mean, I've got a banner advantage over Yeti. But Biscuit Weasel and I'm not going to catch whatever's banner score. That ain't going to happen. But I could.
I'm not going to repeat what Yeti has just posted. Anyways, let's move on. And we are moving right along.
We're going to move on to the standard division, and we're going to start with oh my god, Ranger lost. Round 1. Oh, unheard of. Ships being the issue. And not an easy defeat to take. But rounds 2 and rounds 3 were victories. So the hunt for Cabber. The hunt for Cabber continues. Because as Ranger will tell you, life is Cabber and Cabber is life. 2-1 for Ranger.
SWGOH coming in with a 1-2 this week. Round 1 was a solid turnout. Full clear 1-shot, and his opponent also got the full clear 1-shot. But SWGOH was more efficient by 2 banners. Two banners. Round 2 was a low scoring match. And it's not because of a lack of clears, because he only had to 2-tap the bugs and everything else was a one-shot. It looks like he didn't set a full defense. His opponent only won 4 battles, but scored a 2167. And that's actually confirmed in round 3 because he didn't show up to play. And again, his opponent only did 4 battles and scored a 2161. So 1 and 2 for Scorch.
Paul Anthony, my hetero life partner. 2 and 1. So Paul had some fun in round 1, playing with his toys. Didn't set a particularly heavy defense. In round 2, he played it like he normally does, and his opponent got stuck on his ships. So Paul full cleared him and ate some candy. Round 3 was a one-shot of everything. A one-shot of everything. I mean, like, Paul got a one-shot of everything. Yeah. And his opponent did not one-shot him, which gave Paul the win and the 2 and 1. So he was very happy with that. 2 and 1 for Paul Anthony.
Can we note that he only had 2 losses this week?
Yeah, he only had 2 losses this week. Very poor, very poor. I think you're gonna be you're gonna be pissed, Paul, when you see what Thaddeus did.
Anyways, on to Mudbum 3-0. As he puts it, the classic Mudbum triple nipple crown, but it's not actually a crown, it's a whammy. Round 1, faced off against someone named Darth Hemroid. Apparently felt bad for the guy going into the round, but was no less merciful. Full cleared, and his opponent got stuck on JKL and Geos. Round 2, against an opponent named Odds and Evens, but his defense was much less than friendly. His opponent struggled against the Night Sisters in his front bottom sector. 5 attacks without killing any of them. Also having to 2-tap both Ray and Finn teams on defense. Nowhere near efficient, but he still got the full clear. Round 3 against this is a very fun Mexican Mania. I don't know. Apparently goes into GAC knowing that his opponent one-shot full cleared his defense, but only scored 2100. And Mudbum got a brilliant idea. There's a feat at stake here for Dooku and Mother Talzin. So he threw them with Gas and let Gas just kill some teams and have some fun there. But even though he lost the battle and had to do a 2-tap elsewhere, he still squeaked by with 27 more banners, taking a 3-0. Excellent job for Mudbum.
That's no Moon. 3-0 triple crown for Moon. A really, really tough start in round 1 against a 487k lifetime opponent. Yeah, 487. Is that, we're getting close to people with 500k lifetimes. Kept his toys for offense, though, and lost it against his sisters, which made Moon very, very happy. Round 2 opponent was getting... Moon was getting the googly eyes. I mean, I really do think Moon kind of fancied his opponent a little, and he even tried to recruit him and poach him to his guild. So, should have just, gifted him the round, but nope, slapped him in the face, beat him. Round 3 was the easiest. With an opponent he one-shot and scared him off with a slacker because he didn't attack. Triple crown, 3-0 to Moon.
On to Macias, coming in with a 3-0. Round 1, he only had to 2-tap an Aura Sing Bounty Hunters team. Chimera held, Jedi Knight Luke held, and just got a ton of holds just all over the board. Round 2, full clear one-shot is, again, Padme and Jedi Knight Luke holding. And round 3 was a full clear one-shot, and as he puts it, was a tipsy final round versus a double GL opponent. And again, Macias likes to point out he does not have a single Galactic Legends. And as he puts it, imagine losing to no GL while having 2. Burns a little bit. 3-0 for Macias.
Burn, baby, burn. Okay, another good round. Ian is doing really well this month. Now, another whammy. I don't know. Is it the ships? I don't know if it's the ships. I really don't, but he's having the best month of his season. And all I know is he got a well-earned triple. He got a flawless victory in round 1 and a flawless victory in round 3. He only picked up a full clear in round 2. Didn't hurt that the the opponent was a no-show, but still a triple whammy for Ian. And yeah, really, really good month for him so far.
On to grid 1 and 2. Unfortunately, round was a Fulker one shot. He just came in and just did the work. Opponent failed to crash the home one after 2 attempts, and that was about it. Round 2, he had to take 2 attempts against the negotiator, and unfortunately, the Chimera was his opponent's Chimera was still flying after 3 attempts. And unfortunately, he got full cleared, only getting 2 holds, one with the bugs, one with the sisters. Round 3, Padme is standing, I guess. I don't understand, because somehow C3PO is still alive, being the only member left.
Twilight Zone stuff. We all saw it. We've all seen the only remaining character in the squad being C3PO. So
he not only did he tweet it out, he also posted the same picture to us. And
we don't get it.
How?
We don't understand. We just don't get it. We do not understand how it is possible.
So he was unable to get a full clear. His opponent also wasn't able to get a full clear, but his opponent did 6 battles with 1 attempt each and 1 out with 34 banners. So, unfortunately, it's a 1 and 2.
Broderick Jones, also known as Going Nerdy, also known as Thaddeus, with a wooden spoon. Round 1 was a shocker, getting his arse thoroughly handed to him. In round 2, he bent over and offered his rear end to his opponent. That's how comprehensively he had his ass kicked. In round 3, he just accepted the inevitable and went for the loss record. He's got a serious Woody for the Dunce Cup, which will be going to the person with the most losses at the end of the season. Only time will tell if he gets it. 0 and 3, wooden spoon for Thaddeus.
Fruit Ninja Mike rocking it with a 3 and 0. Round 1 was a full clear. First time. I'm looking at the wrong one. First one was the hardest opponent. He had a reverse difficulty curve. So his hardest opponent was round 1, and his easiest opponent was round 3. So he failed against Ray with the Tenacity Malik first round, cleaned it up appropriately. Second round, he had an easier opponent, but another Ray with a high Tenacity Malik, but he was able to one-shot that one for 60 banners. Third round, his opponent lost their first battle already and just didn't follow up. Fruit Ninja Mike comes around and goes one-shot everything, including Troopers versus Darth Revan. So a good 3 and 0 for Fruit Ninja Mike.
And the Sportsman of the Week award definitely goes to Endall during this week. 3 and 0, got a lucky mismatch in round 1, as his opponent didn't have a GL. So Endall, being the good sportsman he is, left his GLs out of defense, kept them for offense. I mean, we're talking about Endall here, so even though he didn't put a GL in defense, his defense still held. You know, we are talking about the King of D here. Okay, so round 2 was against a smaller content creator, Israfel 10 Gaming. I have heard of him before. I have seen his channel before, but I would be lying out my ass if I said that I watched every single content creator all the time. I don't.
Wait, you're saying we don't?
But I have heard the name. Anyway, not only did Endall get to see the win, but he also got to see how his defense held, which is always I think that's a nice thing. So when you come up against another content creator, you always get to see how your defense does, which is a nice thing. Anyway, round 3 saw a flawless victory, but not before his opponent nearly did the impossible. Nearly cleared Endall. The ship mode came to his rescue, though. So close to a full clear against Endall. That would have been worth reporting. I would have gone to watch that match just to see, because then that would have been the tutorial. Everybody would have been like, this is how you full clear Endall. Do what this guy did. Didn't do it. Didn't get past his fleet. So, again, Endall 3 and 0, defense undefeated.
It's time to get your pickles out, because we're talking about Finn 3 and 0. Round 1 full clear. First time in his JC history that he thinks they were able to use all 3 of his GAC rules for the first 3 attacks. Jawas, Resistance, and Ewoks all came bursting through the start for a victory. Round 2, full clear, but unfortunately no GAC appearance for the Jawa takers, so he threw them in Galactic War after and still took a win. Round 3, his opponent got stuck on his Darth Revan team, so he knew that he had the victory in his hand, and so he decided to experiment a little bit. Played around a little bit, also completed the Talzin Dooku feat. So, can we confirm that Finn is a witch now? Question mark.
Don't know. Maybe. Have to wait.
3-0 for Finn.
DPK with another 1 and 2. Isn't sure what happened and is kind of iffy as to exactly what happened in his second round. So he lost 1, he lost 2. He can't remember what he did. He's iffy as to what happened in round 2. Last round was the victory. It was a good victory. He buried his opponent in mods. His opponent went light on the D. And DPK thought he was going to be, nasty about it. So DPK literally put his entire meta roster on D and cleared his opponent with B teams. I mean, that's just nasty. 1 and 2 for DPK.
On to DV official going 2 and 1. Round 1 was a full clear one shot. Darth Revan standing up to Palp for a hold to secure the win. Round 2 had a 2-tap Jedi Knight Luke team. And his opponent 2-tapped. He had to 2-tap Mon Mothma as well. But unfortunately got full clear one shot, and that's his loss for the week. Round 3, full clear one shot. 12 banners more efficient. So an excellent job for 2 and 1 for DB official.
Cubs had a good week, like a really good week. It went down to the wire. Triple whammy, flying high, scoring big. Round 1 was a flawless victory and a great start. Round 2 was another flawless victory, and the triple crown was within his grasp. Round 3. And 10 minutes into the match, and the crown was lost. Yeah, thanks to a Darth Revan, the Malik survived. But, the whammy was still on. And it went down to the wire. It went down to an epic fleet battle that saw him get the banners and the victory by 1 banner right at the end. 1 banner, literally right at the end. Triple whammy for Cubs this week.
And rounding out our standard division is Black Mamba. Going 3 and 0, triple crown. Full clear one shots. Round 1, opponent struggled hard. General Grievous, Sealus, and JTR are all getting tons of holds. Round 2, again, defenses holding very well. GG Newt taking 4 attempts and the sisters taking 3. Round 3, GL Ray. His GL Ray took 6 attempts to fall, and his CLS standing after 3 attempts. So an excellent job for a triple crown for Black Mamba.
And there is the bottom of Standard Division 1. It's just Ian climbing. He's having top of the bottom. He's having a really good month. He is having a really good month at the moment. So I expect to see It's Just Ian in the top half of the division. Definitely by the end of this month. He's really, really got into a flow. I don't know if it's the double fleet node. I really don't. I feel that it is. He started streaming a lot more of his GACs on Twitch recently, so you can catch them. I really, really want to watch his fleet battles a little bit more closely to see if that is, sealing the deal for him. But apart from that, everybody in the bottom half didn't have a particularly good week, apart from Mudbum, who did finish 3-0. Going nerdy, obviously, with the wooden spoon. Paul is catching him up in both round wins and in losses. So the Dunce's Cup, either of those could go between them. Really, really don't know.
No, we're talking about, what is that? 55? Yeah. No, even more than that.
It will go down. It will go down to the last week, I think. Okay, let's have a look at the top. Obviously, Fruit Ninja Mike is there, but Endel is just snapping at his heels. Mike, just
2,000 banners.
You The end all is just waiting for you to drop one of those rounds. And then, dude, you're screwed.
All it takes is one.
All it takes is one. All it takes is one. Anyway, let's move on to the big boys. Because there hasn't been any real other changes there. Okay, so we're on with Zareth. Zareth, ugh. 2-1 for the week. He's not going to be happy with that. Easy round 1 against a very disinterested opponent. Guy wasn't even nasty about it. You know, set a fluffy defense, like a really fluffy D. I mean, there was a Kit Fisto lead in one of those teams. So hey, somebody that doesn't really care for Grand Arena, but doesn't really want to screw it up for his opponents, which I thought was kind of nice. Round 2 opponent was from Moore. So you knew it was going to be tough. He had to be cautious. Both competitors did full clear, but Zareth didn't have to double tap Fleet. And his opponent did, so he picked up the win. Round 3 was very close. Really close loss. I highly recommend going and watching this round. It was only a loss by 8 banners due to a timeout of one of those rounds. So it's definitely one you want to go and watch on replay when you get the opportunity to. 2-1 for Zareth.
His partner in crime, Solo, also going 2-1 this week. And he goes 2-1. Blech. Round 1, opponent went heavy offense. Still ended up losing a battle, though. And Solo would have won on efficiency, even if his opponent didn't lose the battle. Round 2 faced a rematch from last season. Solo going heavy defense with a plan to lure out his Supreme Leader Kylo counter before he got to the back. His opponent lost in the bottom front zone, then lost with Padme up top, and didn't even attempt the rest of his defenses. So he only clear a single zone. Round 3 faced a triple GL on defense for the first time. Lost once to Jedi Master Luke, since there's no real way to practice that fight. Played incredibly efficiently on every other battle and could have won if he got 140 battles between 2 fleet battles. Sadly, he only got 66 on the first flight. C'est la vie. 2-1 for Solo.
1-2 for Randby. Randby threw his teddy in the corner this week. If you have a fragile little mind and profanity hurts your snowflake feelings, then do not watch the replay. Do not watch the replay. Round 1 was a 50 banner loss. Round 2 was a double territory loss. He avoided the wooden spoon with victory in round 3 by 16 banners. 1-2 for Rambam, Ando's new BFF.
We are on to Mandalore. Mandy going 2-1 this week. Round 1 was a full clear one shot with his General Grievous taking 3 attempts to fall. Round 2, he had to 2-tap a GL Ray and had to 2-tap the sisters as well. Unfortunately, he got full clear one shot. That took him there. Round 3 was not a full clear. He had to take 6 attempts to kill Newt. But let's see here. GG taking 9. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren taking 3 and Rey taking 2. But his Supreme Leader Kylo Ren slapped 15 full teams. I'm not going to say they're all 15 good full teams, but 15 teams. Mon Mothma and Shock Clones also taking 2 teams to take down. So 2-1 for Mandy.
Okay, this is just, weird. We are definitely in the Twilight Zone this week. Another triple for Turtle.
Hey, I think we need to test him for performance.
I know.
Enhancing.
I'm very, very. We definitely need to bring him in for a random drug test because
yes,
I think
see if he's taking some performance enhancing.
There has to be something in the water. He is definitely on something. Round 1 was a close victory by 18 banners. Round 2 was even more close, finishing his opponent with a Houndstooth solo and winning the round by 4 banners. Spawny git. Floating on air, he moved to round 3, an even matched battle. Saw Turtle lose battles and his opponent, but he claimed the whammy anyway. 3-0 triple whammy for Lazy Turtle.
Klesso kicking it off with a 3-0. had to 2-tap a GL Ray in round 1, but his opponent had to 2-tap a GL Kylo, causing a tie. Klesso winning with a GP advantage. Round 2, full clear one-shot. Slacker taking 2. Mon Mothma taking 2. General Grievous taking 3. And the Chimera taking 2. Round 3 was a full clear one-shot as well, but his opponent also full clear one-shot. But Klesso was so much more efficient with a 20 banner lead on his opponent. So an excellent job for a 3-0 for Klesso.
JJ, only a 2-1 for JJ this week. Comfy wins in round 1 and round 3. Couldn't hide the loss in round 2 as he failed to clear his opponent's GLs. So an average 2-1 for JJ this week.
Next we're on to Indigo. Indigo rocking it as well with a 3-0. Not as pretty as some of the other ones have had, but round 1 was a full clear one-shot. Ray one-tapping a Jedi Master Luke team. Maybe not the crazy ones that we see in Arena, but still taking a one-shot against a new Galactic Legend. His CLS taking 4 to kill. Mon Mothma and Phasma both taking 2 to kill. Round 2 was a full clear one-shot. Opponent only hitting General Grievous, and that's it. Round 3, sorry. He had to do 4 attacks against a Ray. But after 5 attempts against a Newt team, just could not kill him. But his Jedi Knight, not Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Luke taking 2 to fall, and Ray having fun with 6 teams and still good to play afterwards, preventing a full clear. 3-0 for Indigo.
The Aussie Adonis picked up the wooden spoon this week, but it wasn't deserved. I mean, look at that. 27 wins, 3 losses. In round 1, he was only beaten by 7 banners. In round 2, he only had 2 losses with a full clear, and his opponent only beat him by virtue of a flawless victory. And it was more of the same in round 3. A single loss, but his opponent got a flawless victory. So, a wooden spoon, but I mean, with stats like he performed really, really well. Still doing well, still getting better. Just, tough opposition.
Dylar coming in with a 3-0 triple crown. Round 1 faced a really tough opponent who he almost equally matched up with. Watched him do his attack run, and they were dead even for points on the ground battles. Then he hit ships. Only got a low 50 score against Akbar Rebels. Full clear one-shots ensured a win for efficiency. Round 2, opponent had himself a Jedi Master Luke on defense that allowed him to beat his round 1 opponent, but he had a severe deficit when it came to mods. Having never fought a Jedi Master Luke, it was all on him to persevere. Luckily, he had a Zareth and a solo base on hand to help him through it. Full clear one-shot his board while his opponent struggled through Dylar's, winning by efficiency. Round 3, opponent had a superior roster and superior mods. He attacked first, and while he full cleared one-shot his opponent, he only posted a 21.08. As he watched his opponent attack, he went almost perfect on the ground squads, racking up an average of 58 points a battle. He assumed that his opponent was going to kill him with about 21.15. Then he started on the ships. Holdo racked him up 64 points. Then it was Akbar's turn to taste turbo lasers, but the rebels said, "Nay, sir, you shall not pass." 1 defend, then 2, then 3, and they stood resolute. Hats off to his opponent for a match well played. Crowns are better than hats. He's in a stretch without wearing one. 3-0 triple crown for Dylar.
The Grand Admiral had a tough week, only getting a 2-1 this time around. Round 1 saw tough but not overcomable odds as the GLs put up a fight, but fell to the Empire's might. Round 2 was a solo fest. I think a fellow bigwig in the Empire was kind of his opponent as they engaged in what could only be described as an exhibition match to see who could get the best score with solos. 2166, 2170 to the Grand Admiral's opponent was the total, and the Grand Admiral lost. Round 3 was a comfortable victory as his opponent didn't show. Scared of the Empire as usual, so not clearing wasn't exactly relevant for the victory. So 2-1 to the Grand Admiral.
And rounding out our coverage for our week is Ando, and Rambam's not going to be happy about this one.
No, he
'cause
ain't.
Ando's coming in with a 2-1. Same story all season. One stud always stands in the way. This week was really about figuring out what is that balance of 3 GLs for offense and defense, which is problematic because round 1 was an auto deploy. Opponent didn't attempt a single battle against him, which is a darn shame because he had a solid roster. Forgot his score to a no-show. Round 2 was first. He wants to point out he was hammered during this attack. Went in and took 5 battles against Ando's Titan squad, forced quitting out of all of them and called it a day. Round 3, Rebels from GSF Alpha, 506k lifetime banner score, every mod advantage in the book on him, and he put up a 2102 and struggled, but got the full clear at 2042 against his first triple GL defense. It was a fun one, but as he says, kudos to his opponent. 2-1 for Ando. And hey, let's see what that changed.
Oh, drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen. Boom! There it is. And Ando finally takes it back. Ando takes the lead over Rambam. Ando makes Rambam his bottom bitch. How you liking those numbers, Rambam? How you liking them? How you liking them? No, he's not liking that. Rambam's not liking that at all. He ain't. But what he's gonna like even less is who's immediately underneath him, because Lazy Turtle has picked up 2 triples in the past 2 weeks. So not only does he have Ando to contend with and to try and get back above, but he's got Lazy on his ass too. So
and if okay, seriously, we have to test Lazy for some performance enhancing drugs or something like that.
We are
because
Lazy,
if he pulls another freaking 3-0,
yeah,
and Ando and Rambam are pulling their average of a 2-1, Lazy's gonna overtake at the very least Rambam.
Yeah, we are definitely drug testing. We are definitely drug testing Lazy. But the biggest shock of all, look who is at the top. Klesso is at the top. Klesso has made it to the top. Doesn't even need the banner difference anymore. He is ahead of Zarath. He is ahead of Solo. It's making this. Oh, it really is making this season interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're all still in there. They all get 3-0s and they all get 2-1s. None of them have had the the misfortune of a 1-2. But with 9 more weeks left, it's going to be a very, very, very interesting end to the season.
And this is very much one of those that, and even though we've kind of split up the division in 3. We still have a lot of people that are pulling really good scores.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when we get to that month review, we will show kind of where people are standing as we talk about this idea of a Premier League when we come into the second season.
Oh, yes, everybody. It's going to be very, very interesting to see where you stand, because you want to be in that Premier League next season, because it's going to be the 10 best players all duking it out. Yeah,
and that is purely based on how they performed in terms of round wins, round losses, all of that. Not on their GP.
No,
it's mostly D1 players though.
It's going to be all Div 1 players. It's going to be all Div 1 players, but it is pure statistics. The best statistical players who can do the best with what's in their roster.
And this is also considering the fact that we are going to have it seems like every month we are picking up more and more Div 1 players. They're moving up to Div 1. So that's why we had to do this split into 3.
Yeah, we're going to be in the mid-40s. By the end of this season, we're going to have over 40 people. So, putting the best 10 in a division of their own that we can really, really spotlight and say these are the 10 best out of everybody that's in our league. Division 1 wise, that's why. Anyway, Flair, tell the viewers what we got coming up after the break.
We have got ourselves an interview with Randby, one of the fellow members of the Chain Gang. And as Neil mentioned, he had a pretty rough week this week with some stuff that happened in real life. But it was just really good to have just a good conversation with him and just to see how his week went. So after this break, we're gonna have ourselves an interview. So Neil, let's push on to it, shall we?
You got it.
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the escape pod talents from Down Under like Heinzie and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Podcast.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact Shitty Bill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you.
SWGOH.GG is your one-stop site for the raw data behind the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. From complete gear lists to intuitive stats behind all of your favorite holotable heroes. SWGOH.GG has it all. With a .GG account, you can get a complete view of your own roster, see how you match up against other players, and even check out the history of your own Grand Arena Championship matches. You can also see what your opponent used on you to give you a better understanding of counters and team compositions to improve your gameplay. Did you know that they also have some great Patreon features as well? Ad-free browsing of their site, guild information, and manual information requests are included in their 3 levels of Patreon support. Check out the site for more details. That's SWGOH.GG. Unleash your holotable potential today.
And welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Another guest, another week, and another GAC. You know him as Randby. It's actually R and B. He puts the R into R and B. It's Randby. Rand, how you doing today, buddy?
Good. What's up? How's it going?
Rand, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. How are you guys?
Great. How you doing, Neil?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. You already asked me that earlier on in the show. Just because it's pre-recorded doesn't mean you stop Hollywooding, okay?
Go with
Stop it. Stop
Flair,
it,
how are you
okay?
doing? Flair, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. All
Okay,
right.
cool.
We're having
We
fun
ask
here,
Rand
guys.
how
Honestly,
he is doing.
here's the
You
thing.
and I, ugh. I want to speak to your manager. Paul, do something
Was
about
there a
him.
contract agreement? Anyways, I like having fun, and so Rand is one of the members of the GAC chain gang, of which both Neil and I are also a part of, and so Rand has been one of those that's been along since honestly, the very beginning.
Dude, we were in the original Escape podcast when we had the chain gang, remember?
Yes, we were on that episode.
It was myself, Ando, and Ninja and Flair all
Yes.
together in that. We were all hanging out. We were all having fun. Since then, I think Flair and I are the only ones from that podcast left.
There's a couple of us that are
Right?
still OG members.
Well, sorry, yeah, no, I don't mean original. That were in the podcast. I'm sorry.
yeah,
That were
yeah.
in the, yeah, because it does change, but it's still really fun, So we just keep doing it.
Yep,
It's awesome.
absolutely. So the thing with the chain gang is we enjoy doing our GACs. So speaking of GACs, Rand, how did your GAC go this week?
Well,
See that's what we call in the showbiz a segue.
well then, you want to know how I did? Well, I will tell you that usually you have, the best of the best in this show. 3-0s, destruction. But I went ahead and got a 2-1. So I don't know what I'm doing here. 2-1. Could I have won that one battle? I'm not sure. A lot of the community knows that I had an accident. I don't want to bring it up too much, but I could have spent more time on it, but I didn't. But thankfully, for our round 3, we wrecked the other team. We had so much support from everybody who watches the team. Everybody was there just cheering me on, like, Rand. They weren't saying it, they were typing it, but it's the same idea, still same effect. And I got the highest score I've ever gotten on the third round combination of strat and my opponent leaving a soft defense for me. I was scared because when I saw his roster, I saw several relics. I usually get pretty bad luck with my matchups. Like I feel like I consistently get matched up with people that are stronger than me.
Mm-hmm.
But this person left a soft enough defense that I was able to wreck through it really well.
I probably take it probably a few scenarios where it's like the counter should work, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's constantly, like, if you watch my streams,
like someone tells you this counter works 100% of the time, all the time.
That's exactly what you see. You will see, like, okay, everybody's like, oh yeah, this counter works 100% of the time. You should do it. And I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna try it. Bam, does not happen. Like, just one or two things just go wrong. Like the only things, if you want to see how the perfect setup can go wrong, you're like, no, 99% chance that you win this. I happen to get that 1% that does fail. That is my stream. That is my stream in a nutshell.
Yeah. Oh, I've been there many times to see that. So
It happens way too often. Statistically, that shouldn't be happening, but it continues to happen. I don't understand. I don't know.
All right. So we'll get cracking into it. Neil, how about you want to start us off with the questions, the round of interrogation? I mean interview.
Well, you seem to be having trouble with Div 1. That's what I don't know. Have you noticed a major difference in the matchmaking? Me personally, I haven't seen that big a difference in the matchmaking. I mean, whether we were still in Div 2 or whether we were in Div, now that we're in Div 1, we still would be getting the double fleet. Do you think that it's the double fleet that's causing you issues, or do you just think that because you're in a new caliber of people, a new caliber of group of people that you can potentially be matched with, do you think that's what's causing the problem? Because you got consecutive 1 and 2s the previous week and the week before that. Now, I mean, you that was an occasional thing when you were in Div 2, but it seems to have become the norm now that you're in Div 1. So what is it that's screwing you up? Is it the matchmaking? Is it the 2 fleets in the ship node? What is it?
See, okay, so we start with Div 2. So in Div 2, the matchups were essentially people that were lower GP, but extremely focused on the very specific teams, and those teams just happen to be the ones that could beat me. So, I'm Div 2, I don't have like a full Relic Darth Revan, for example, or anything that can beat a full Relic Darth Revan, but like I'll come across a person that has full Relic Darth Revan team, full Relic Bastila, they would put it down on defense, and I don't have anything to beat it. I don't have it. I don't have it. And then the rest of the roster doesn't even come close. This person has lower GP, right? And so that kept happening consistently. I was like, okay, Div 2, next round. Okay, another person with like this one team that I just cannot beat. It would be like Relic 7 Grievous, for example. They would put that down. I'm like, okay, I can try to beat it, didn't beat it, and then I would lose, right? So I would consistently get matched up with these people who had this super concentrated top of their roster, and the rest of the roster would not matter because I couldn't get through the tip of the spear, essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, maybe if I go into Div 1, this is going to change. And I do believe it's different. It is different, but I'm still not efficient for a different reason. So as I move into Div 1, the people are more prepared. I can notice that the people I've been going up against, they do their homework. They're not putting down the weak stuff. They're putting down some pretty solid defenses. They do their research. They look at my roster. They go through it. They strategize. I can tell that whoever I get matched up with is a person that has a lot of care for how they do in the game. And I watch other streamers. We have the whole chain. I just watch people, person after person, go through people that aren't as prepared, and then they come to my matchup, and it's a guy that just has a perfect perfectly aligned strategy. And
They've done the homework. They've
they've
crossed
done
all
the
the T's.
homework.
They've dotted the I's, and it's
They
just
are so prepared, and it's maddening. I want the people who are not so ready. I want to catch them slipping, but no, they're catch me slipping.
like you've come into a couple of my streams, and you're like, I wish I had your.
I wish I
you're
had
going
Flair.
against.
I'm like, Flair, you get this super easy matchup. I can't believe you're going into me, and now I have to
Give 5, fluffy baby. questions. We're gonna fluff this a little bit. Okay, so teams that, or what was a team that kind of surprised you a little bit, that, or was kind of a standout for you this week?
Okay, so here's an interesting trend that I've noticed that I've taken note of.
Mhm.
So a lot of people, I used to Jedi Training Ray Bounty Hunters, classic matchup. JTR, Bounty Hunters, easy clap, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what a lot of people have been doing lately is they have been relicking their Bounty Hunters to the point that my Jedi Training Ray is no longer consistently beating them. I want to say that my Jedi Training Ray was losing very often at this point. So I had to make the adjustment of, instead of taking Jedi Training Ray against Relic Bounty Hunters, now I have to take Bastila Lead Jedi, right?
Okay.
So that has been a big one, a big change that has led to a lot of more points being made. Is people that I go up against know the Jedi training counter, and so they increase the power of their relic of their bounty hunters, so that Jedi training rate, my Jedi training, is no longer effective, and I had to change the team that I use against it, and that has brought positive results. But I need more of that. I need to see if I can make any adjustments to the team that other people are countering, because again, these are high level thinking people that are making moves.
400 IQ plays.
Yeah, they're making moves that later will trend. You like later on, people started seeing the bounty hunters relic trend. I started seeing it a while ago, and people started picking that up, and now people are starting to relic their bounty hunters. But I was seeing that in the past, and I had to.
Besides the ones that are just going to relic them because screw it, I'm going to relic them.
Exactly. So I've been coming. I think relic bounty hunters is consistently something that I get matched up against. I don't know if it's the case for all of you guys, but I think
I've seen like maybe one relic.
Yeah, I see them almost every round. JTR is starting to be useless for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see here. I know you've kind of said that you've kind of ran into these kind of stupid things that just to hold you up, and you've been running into the bounty hunters. We'll just ask a question that we kind of end out with as well, because I think we've had a good fun discussion with this. What has been what's a team, or what's some stuff that you're working on for this upcoming week? Are we entering into the final? We're in the final week of the month.
Final week of the month, yeah.
So what are you working on? What are you ending out the month with a bang on?
All right, so we are en route to getting gas. We have the equipment, we have the relics, we have the right team. I think it's going to be happening sometime soon. It's probably going to take a long stream, or just a lot of or a lot of attempts.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe I'm at a place where we can get gas. So hopefully we'll get gas very soon. Hopefully in the next few days. And then I want to start working towards Jedi Knight Luke. I happen to have my diamond is my CLS team. I love my CLS team. I understand that it's not top of the meta, but I have a lot of fun with it. I do gotta mention I'm free to play. Like I haven't spent anything on this account at all. And I just worked on my CLS, and I'm very proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is not, it's not the meta. But I really want to keep. But when other people tell me like, "Hey, can we try CLS this?" They come to me because like my CLS is my pride and joy. It is my. It is my.
It's your baby.
It's my baby. It's my baby. It's what I invest in so much, and I'm excited to see Chupio. So that's another thing I'm working on. I don't know what you guys call it. 3-Paka, Chupio.
No, Chupio. Yeah,
Chupio.
I call it as Chupio. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I want to see. So I know a lot of people know that Chupio is a really, really good team. So I am working every day on that farm. That's what I'm excited to work on next. We're gonna get gas. and that's what I can see happening in the near future.
I think even like low star, even gear 11, like Cheapio can do.
Oh yeah, I've
wonders.
tried it. I tried it a couple of times just to see. You just throw some stuff out there and you try it out. And I threw Cheapio out there, and it did pretty well, even at a low level. And I'm really excited to see it perform really well. You know, sharing all of that. I know people are just like so excited for the potential. I am excited. You know, just free to play is just gonna take me a little longer. We'll get there.
You'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
All right, Rand. Actually, hold on, Neil. Any other questions?
No, we're good, mate. Cracking interview.
All right. This is the part where we let you pimp your stuff out, buddy. Rand, tell everyone where they can find you, what you're doing, and what's around the corner.
For sure. So my channel is Randby, RANDBEE. I said 2 B's, right? 2 B's. We are doing a lot of. You got it? Okay.
Yeah, I think that works.
We've been doing a lot of games lately. We played some squadrons. Nev was there. You know, we've been getting mad at fighting the same team 3 times in a row. The squadrons. I don't know how that happens, but it's been happening. We played a little bit of squadrons. We've been doing a lot of Among Us with some of the other content creators of this beautiful community and game. You know, we've done a lot of party games, Phasmophobia, Among Us, and Jackboxes, things like that that keep it fun, because I don't want to be by myself when I stream. I always like to have like a group or cooperation. I like to have you know, people in there having fun, and that's essentially the vibe you can get from my stream. I try to have as many people with me as I can, and just whatever is fun. Of course, we love SWGOH. I'm addicted to it. I'm not even gonna lie. You know, and being able to take this community with us and have fun and other things has been an amazing thing. And you know, I said it in my description of for this week's GAC report is, you know, I was down with the accident, but this community helped me bring back up, and I love it so much. It's such a good feeling to have you guys be there, and you guys are great. I don't know what else to say. Yeah,
you're gonna make some people's hearts smile. All right. So yeah, and then also, obviously, they can catch you almost every round in what is this now? And what is this thing that we're all in?
The Chain Gang.
Yeah, the GAC Chain Gang.
The GAC Chain Gang, which Nev is a part of, Flair is a part of, and has so many other good content creators. Don't just follow me, follow them too. They're so good. They're so cool. We got some young people, some young minds. We got some newer faces. Some really great entertainers. Yeah, always changing, and you know, we always want you guys to see some really cool people, some really awesome community members. You know, follow them too. Don't follow just me. Follow them. That's what you should do. Yep. Do yourself a favor and follow everybody in the chain. Yep.
All right, guys. On the number one, Rand, it's been a pleasure talking to you, buddy.
Thanks for coming on, mate.
Fun. So yeah, on the other side of this clip, we will be back with our thoughts and acknowledgements. So see you there.
Gone. Film.
At Wookie Dab.
Dab.
Hell yeah, brother.
Bam.
Thanks, Dark Jedi. Have fun working.
Thank you, Dark Jedi. Appreciate it. All right, here goes.
You can just go after
him.
him.
Crew's gone. Oh, Han Solo one-shotted unmasked.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You guys are relics.
Yeah, they are. Dick boy, Hellenix in the house. What up? I don't have that, do I? I do have Flair's command, which I think is hilarious, and I haven't heard it in a long time.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that interview and clip from Randby. Yeah, he had a pretty rough week, so it was a very fun interview, and I think definitely lightened the load for him. Would you reckon?
Absolutely. I just enjoyed sitting here going like this at the start of it. It probably wasn't nice for you, but
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, no. So we're at the end of another week.
Yes, we are. We are at the end of another week.
We are nearing the end of month 4.
I know. We got 2 more months after this, and then we will have our division champions in their respective divisions. We will have all of our champions, and we will
be
have
handed out.
The trophies will be handed out.
And then we'll probably after we finish the first season, we will probably have a little interlude while we work on some production stuff. But hey, we have a couple of months before we have to figure any of this stuff out right now.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Enjoy doing this. This is part of the weekly routine now. I think we've all kind of gotten used to it. So, and it's definitely been it's awesome to see because all the shows that have also started around this time over GAC and SWGOH content, and it's just like look at all this stuff.
Yeah, they don't give us the content.
Trendsetters in CG splitting Division 1.
Yeah. Hopefully CG will look at us and go, hey, that's a really good idea. We should do that. We should totally.
We should have done this they should have been like, well, we should have done this like a year ago.
Oh yeah, they should have. and hopefully they will do it. I'd like to see them do it. I'd like to see them look at the show and go, yeah, you know what? Splitting Division 1, that's actually quite a good idea. Let's do that.
But yeah, so as always, we do recognize follows, bits, subs, stuff like that at the end of the show. We have a follow from Real Wicked, who is, what is that? I think 724. I thought we were
at 720. I thought we were at 7725, but I could be wrong.
Also, as I mentioned kind of at the beginning of the show, I'm sitting here with 7 months now. 746.
746. There we go.
Wow, I was way off. So and then I resubbed for 7 months now. Wow, it's been that long. Jeez. Okay. So Neil, kind of what's coming up around the corner?
Coming up around the corner, we have Talking Mando. That's about to return on the weekends. Obviously, the Mandalorian Season 2 will be returning, and so will Talking Mando. The big difference with Season 2 will be we're going to do a watch party, and then we're going to go into a show. So we're going to be doing a watch party for the Talking Mando cast, and then we'll be giving it a 15-minute break, and then we'll be going straight to Going Nerdy's channel, where we will be doing Talking Mando.
And as a note, it is a subs only watch party.
Yeah, the watch party will be the watch party will be subs only. But obviously Talking Mando program live on Going Nerdy's channel, that will be live. We've always done the talking shows, whether it's Talking Mando or Talking Picard or Talking Clones, doesn't matter. We always do that on Going Nerdy's channel. So, it will be the triumphant return of Talking Mando on Going Nerdy's channel, where, unfortunately, I will have to be Thaddeus's bottom bitch. Yeah, it's not something I like, but because it's his channel and I don't have to do any of the control, I get to drink. So it will also be the return of the Nev drinking, and oh my god, yeah, the lips start flapping, and the alcohol, because I don't mess around, I don't dick around with it. I drink scotch. I've got the JD and the Cokes flowing throughout the entire
you're getting joined by a fourth.
Yes, we will
for the
have
course
a fourth.
Of season 2.
Yep, we're gonna have Geek Girl with us. We're gonna have a fourth with us this season. So there'll be 4 of us in the window. Obviously the watch party, and then Talking Mando itself. So that will be on a weekend. That's probably going to be on the that'll be on the Sundays. That'll always be on the Sundays. So if we don't speak to you between Friday and Sunday, it's because we don't want any spoilers. So
you're saying I'm gonna have to moderate.
Closing the ears. I can't hear you right now. I'll be closing the ears, and it will be see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. But there's that, and then obviously, GAC comes back around Tuesday. We've got the Skate Pod cast on Fridays, and all of the other bits and pieces in between. With the
Paul has come back with
Paul will be,
Jackbox.
Jackbox will be back because of the Jackbox update, so he'll be doing that. Obviously, we've got Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed, the live recording with the Llama and Paul on Thursdays. So that's the Castaway stuff. So what about yourself?
Let's see here. I have been stuck in the middle of, not stuck in a bad way, stuck in a good way, with a couple of new character releases on Marvel Strike Force. So we've been having some fun over that over on Biscuit Weasel's channel. And I'll be doing some stuff as well on my channel, playing around with a couple of new characters that have come out. I may have spent a little bit, but I'm having fun with it. Also, I am through the course of October, I am playing Dark Souls. So that's just kind of a fun thing I'm wanting to do, and die a bunch of times, but have fun doing it. And also maybe eventually starting to do something with Fire Emblem again, because I enjoyed playing Three Houses, doing a first run, and wanting to get back to that. Also doing my GAC on Saturday as per usual, because I'm a very busy man during the week. So yeah, that's kind of my week. Kind of how things are going right now for me around the corner. Yeah. Guys, seriously, we say it all the time, but I understand that we deeply, deeply appreciate all the support, all the love, and everything that comes out of for this show and for the community as well. This has been a fun project for us that has turned into something that is awesome. The work that we have done and the work that we're putting into this show and what has kind of rippled from it is awesome. So yeah, this has been great. Just a little corner for me to speak on. So absolutely. Neil, any other thoughts or anything before we close out?
No, we're running a little hot, so yeah, let's close it out, mate.
That we are. Guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, tune in next week for another episode of GACenter. Next week's episode will fall on Wednesday because it is an end of month episode.
Yep.
Or a week 4. Week 4s are always a day late because of CG taking an extra day to report the information. So do not be looking for us on a Tuesday. Be looking for us on a Wednesday. We will be here, and we will be providing the stats as usual. So guys, take care. Have a great rest of your week. Have a good weekend. GAC hard. Get your triples. Neil, I know you're not getting Kyber, but have fun while you're in Erodium.
I'm still going to do better than a lot of people in my division, and I missed a week, so yeah, I'm happy.
As always,
I'm just
guys.
that good.
As always, guys, take care. We'll see y'all next time. See y'all. Neil, hit the button.
You got it, mate. Ta-ta for now, folks.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.